To this day.
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 What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy the Destroyer Ruiz and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Get this, Andy Ruiz fight in doubt as Deontay Wilder fields outside offers. Despite being offered to face one another by the WBC, Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz have failed to come to terms to do so. The sanctioning body called the fight between their number one and number two challenges back in November of 2022 as a final eliminator for a shot to take on the previous or the current WBC heavyweight champion, Tyson Fury. ESPN's Mike Coppinger has now reported that Wilder is now fielding all sorts of different offers from promoters because the money for Ruiz isn't satisfactory at this stage. Coppinger finished his report by saying there was a lot of frustration between fighter and promotional company, in this case PBC. Wilder's team have apparently reached out to the powers that be in the Middle East to float the idea of Francis Ngannou fight, something we all know the heavyweight is open to. And his trainer Malik Scott has constantly talked up others bigger fights that he would like Wilder to take on, and it's unclear what terms he is currently under with the PBC or whether or not a fight outside their banner could easily be done. Those are the words of Team Wilder, and let me counterpunch. Listen, you guys should know by now. I mean, you should know by now that the PBC's running out of money because the biggest name over there is Deontay Wilder, and they can't even insure him the money that he needs to fight. And I know what they're doing. They're trying to guarantee, based on a model that they've become accustomed to, that really they've become enslaved to. Let's be real. Hopefully the pay-per-view model will be enough to take care of their desired fight purses. But obviously it's not enough. The last time we heard from Wilder, of course, you guys know that he was complaining about when he gets paid, because they got to come up with the money from pay-per-view if the pay-per-view pans out, okay? And it just goes to show you, whereas sometimes you can think you've made the right choice, like he thought he did back in 19 by siding with Al Heyman's idea of not taking the $100 million to fight Anthony Joshua, only to turn around and tell Tyson Fury that Anthony Joshua offered him more money to fight than Tyson Fury has, than to only be beaten back-to-back by Tyson Fury himself. You know, that's a totally different discussion. Okay, so now something must be really wrong, people. I mean, really wrong. If Deontay Wilder is not trying to fight Andy Ruiz because of the money, you know, and if he has to go outsource to fight Francis Ngannou for a crossover fight, things are really bad. Tyson Fury, he's accustomed to doing it because he's already did it with the WWE stuff. So he's no, stranger of it. And besides, he wants to be more like Mayweather anyway and put himself on a pedestal that no other fighter's better than him. So as long as he can talk them down and not give them credit, in a lot of people's eyes, if you're fans, he will always be better than them, if that makes sense. So Tyson Fury's, he knows what to do and how to play it. Whereas Deontay Wilder, I think he's becoming frustrated because he's put up with a particular promise for a long time, and that promise hasn't came through. And it's about time that he started, making his point known. Whistleblowing. You have guys that were over there. Adrian Broner was one of the two. He was one of the main ones, or first ones, that came forth with, hey, they're bullshitting me. They're not paying you money. They're not paying you money on time. You know, we had Fred from Barbershop Conversations. Everybody thought he just jumped ship because he was pissed off from an interview. No, that shit's true. When you stop paying the fighters and you call yourself a boxing fan, you should be pissed off. I don't care who you're supposed to support. You're supposed to be pissed off at the idea of guys going in there, putting their life on the line, okay? Putting their life on the line for other people's entertainment, only to not get paid. You have to be one brainwashed individual to think that's cool. And Deontay Wilder ain't going for that. Andy Ruiz, he's like, well, hey, he's taking what he could get, but he was on the other side. He knows what it's like to make $20 million in a year. So he should know better himself. But this is all Wilder because they're trying to go outsource because they're not happy with what they were offered. But again, it just goes to show you where you think you've made a good idea by staying with a particular side, when you should understand you're a prize fighter and you should be able to do as you please, not be conflicted or bonded to one side. Like a lot of those fighters over there, I feel that they are. And I don't think that they're bonded to a point where it's like, hey, do what I do or else. No, it's more like persuasion. Those things that they, those salaries that Al Heyman pays those guys or whatever, that's building loyalty because he's helping them out or whatnot. But what he should be doing is paying him the money that he owes them. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of this new news concerning Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys can counterpunch. Peace.